What is up, guys? It is Carly here, bringing you day number 8 of my 25 days of Christmas horror. I gave up on my clicky thing because when I go to the end of the video, it doesn't end right away, and then I look like an idiot just sitting here frozen. So we're just gonna keep rolling with tapping it on the phone, because yes, I record on my phone too, because I'm too lazy to set up the camera. Anyway, today we are going to be talking about Red Christmas from the year 2016. This one I feel like maybe came out in was available widely in 2017. I want to say, I don't know, it's been a while. I can't believe like how old this movie is already, honestly. It's kind of frightening. But anyway, Red Christmas, course stars Dee Wallace. This movie is about a family who gets together. It's a pretty big family. They get together at Dee Wallace's house. She is, of course, the mother, matriarch, whatever you want to call it, of the family. They get together at her home. The father has passed away. I believe he had cancer. So it's just her living there. You know, she's older, of course, and it's like her daughters, and then she also lives with her one son who has special needs. He has Down syndrome. And then, of course, the daughters all have, like, their husbands and stuff like that with them. They get together on Christmas, and they all have very different personalities that don't very much mesh very well. And they're bickering, stuff like that. Earlier on in the movie, you see a scene taking place in an abortion clinic where there is an explosion of sorts at this clinic, and then it kind of fast forwards. I want to say it's like 20 years or something like that, and that's where you kind of get introduced to this family, so you figure something is going to have to do with that. And yeah, then a visitor comes to their house, and he is not welcome, and things kind of go from there. This movie, like I said, when it came out, I believe it came out the same year as like Better Watch Out, which is one that I think people enjoyed more so than this one for the most part. But I just remember there being two big Christmas horror movies for that year. It seems like every year you get 1 to 3 decent Christmas horror films that come out, which is cool. I'm glad that that genre keeps going, and they keep, not only that, but the movies, you usually get some good ones. It's not all like crap nowadays. So this is one, when I first watched it, I will admit I was kind of just like disappointed, I guess. I didn't really think it was that great. For one thing, it does take place in Australia, which is weird because, of course, for them it's like summertime. So you're not gonna get snow, you're not gonna get like the gloomy atmosphere. It's like sunny out, it's hot, sunny, and it reflects in the film. They're not hiding that at all. It is what it is. That's where it takes place, that's where it's set, all that fun stuff. And I remember that bothered me at first, especially because you do get a lot of outside shots in the first and second half of the movie. But once you get to like the final act and things start kind of ramping up, obviously it's nighttime out at that point, and the lights on the house, I think they do a very good job of capturing the Christmas atmosphere with the lighting. Just a lot of like greens, reds, purples, blue, all kinds of stuff. Christmas lights, I guess you could say. Like even on the back here, like kind of like that vibe, like the way it looks on the back. Just very good lighting for what they had. They figured, there's no snow, so we're gonna do that. And I think it does work, and, it's not really a big deal to me anymore. Another thing, like I mentioned, the characters in it come off as a little annoying and unlikable, because they are bickering throughout the movie. There's a lot of tension. Dee Wallace's character is going to apparently sell this house, and it's like their family home, and some of the families just like, that really sucks because we grew up here and it's selfish of you to do that and stuff like that. You have one daughter who's become like super religious, and she's really kind of just stuffy, and her husband's like the same way, which is, it's just like funny. And then you have these other characters who are like smoking weed, and there's like one uncle in the movie who's just like, all he cares about is smoking his next joint, and then this other girl, she's pregnant, another daughter is pregnant and smoking weed and stuff like that, and she just kind of doesn't care. So everyone's kind of like fighting, not really getting along, and that could come off as annoying, and for me that was a big hindrance when I first had seen this film, and then I've seen it like a few times since. This is probably like the 4th time I've watched this, so it's not one that I put on repeat. But with that being said, the more times I've watched it, the more it's grown on me, and this time around, this was actually the best watch I've had of it. It really kind of impacted me, and it's a very dark and brutal movie, honestly. It's quite depressing. Like, there's not really a happy, spoiler, I guess, so like, not really a happy ending. People were just, it's essentially a slasher. I mean, this stranger comes to the house, and he's like, he's kind of telling a story that alludes to he knew what happened at that abortion clinic all those years ago, and then Dee Wallace gets all upset, and then he ends up coming back and pretty much killing everybody, and you find out the issue later on in the film. The character with Down syndrome, it's an actor who actually has Down syndrome. He's not like a little kid, he's a grown man. I'm not sure how old he is in this movie, but he's actually very good. He's a very good actor. It's not just like, hey, let's just get a Down syndrome person and throw him in here. He's actually like quite talented, and it's nice to see that portrayed in a movie, because I don't really even know of any other horror film, if that, that has a character with Down syndrome, and his name is Jerry in the film, and he's great. He's just, it's very interesting and nice to see a character like that in the film. What else? Kills are pretty brutal. Like I said, it's gloomy. There's a few times I actually was tearing up. I was like, this is getting kind of depressing and sad and stuff like that, and this whole family is being ripped apart due to something that happened 20 years ago, and it's just a really good, bleak movie. And Dee Wallace, I think, is fantastic in the film as well. Like, her performance is especially a standout in this. She's very good at showing emotions in it, so overall I liked it. It is depressing, but it does manage to capture the Christmas atmosphere despite its setting. And it has decent kills, and good, like I said, memorable characters, I guess. Not necessarily likable. The Jerry character is likable. I think Dee Wallace is likable. And then the other ones are kind of like in a dark humor set, kind of, there's like some beats of black comedy in here too that works decently well in it. So yeah, I think I gave this like a 7 first time I watched it, which is actually pretty high, honestly, for me, so considering I just said I didn't really care for it back then. But watching it this time, I'm all the way up to an 8.5 out of 10. Yeah, so I definitely recommend this if you have not seen this one. I would say a newer Christmas horror movie, but crap, this is already like 8 years old, which is wild. But yeah, definitely recommend it if you have not seen this one before. Yeah, that is Red Christmas, from 2016 or 17, whenever it came out. Thank you guys for joining me for day number 8 here, and I will see you tomorrow for day number 9.